A very precious good morning to all you dear students from class 11th with arts stream. Here I Ravindra Pawar introducing to myself as your subject teacher for history. And here before giving the brief explanation of the subject, here I would like to congratulate to all you for choosing or entering in the new field of study or joining the new sphere from the whole Vardhaman family, and hope for your all-round development. So students, here you may see the title of your book is Themes in World History. So, there are 4 units in this book. Amongst these 4 units, some chapters have been omitted by CBSE, or we can say deleted by CBSE for the session 2020-21 due to the corona crisis. So students, you will read in this book about the darker histories that lie behind the glorious stories of development and progress. You will see how the arrival of explorers and traders in South America in the 15th and 16th century did not simply open up the place for Western commerce and culture. It led to the spread of disease, destruction of civilizations, and the decimation of population. Later, when white settlers moved into North America and Australia, what we had was not just progress. Behind the history of the development of modern capitalist society in these places lie the disturbing stories of displacement of indigenous population and even genocide also. And then you will read about the making of states and empires in section 2. You will see that the drama unfolds not only in Rome, that is in Europe, but in the Central Islamic states also, and the land of the Mongols also. These units will introduce to you with the very different ways in which society and polity are organized in these places. In reading section 4, you will see that there are different paths to modernization. There was a time when it was believed that industrialization first occurred in Britain, and other countries tried to replicate this model in various ways. So the developments of all countries were judged in relation to the British model. Such an argument once again sees the West as the center of the world. But we know today that it is certainly not true that all creativity flowed in only from the West. In opposition to this statement, however, we cannot simply assert that the West had no influence on what was happening elsewhere, or that historical developments in each country have to be seen in isolation, that we should not only look at the indigenous roots of all developments. That would be a narrow and limited perspective, a form of parochialism. Instead, we need to recognize that in different countries people act creatively to shape the world in which they live, and these developments in turn have impact on other countries and continents, including Europe. And even you will see how the cultural developments in Renaissance Europe were so significantly influenced by developments in other parts of the world. So your journey will begin with the evolution of early human societies and the early cities. Then you will see how large states and empires developed in 3 different parts of the world and how these societies were organized. You will have a close look at how European societies and culture changed between the 9th and the 15th centuries, and what European expansion meant for the people of South America. Finally, you will read about the complex history of the making of the modern world. Many of the themes from this book will introduce to you to the debates in the field and show how historians continuously rethink old issues. Each section from this book will introduce with a timeline. So I hope you will put your great efforts to get excellent or outstanding knowledge of this subject. Thank you.